Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Alex and I'm back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about how much you should actually be paying for ads on different social media platforms. So in this video I'm not going to be referring to specifically influencer marketing or Instagram, Facebook. I'm going to be talking about as a whole advertising on different social media and how much you should be looking to pay for different ads on these different platforms. So we're going to be jumping into the computer right now and we're going to be addressing exactly how much you should be paying and what you should be looking at. So that being said, let's just start it. Oh, and again, for you guys who are wondering why I wear like nearly the same shirt in every single video, or for 3 or 4 videos, that's because I record the intros and outros to all these videos on the same day, and I record the main chunk on a different time, most likely the day after, just so that, I'm not waiting for this to compile and then doing that one and waiting for that to compile. Just makes it life a lot easier for me. So yeah, that's why I wear the same shirt and same clothes for the beginning and the ending of the video, but in the middle I change shirt, which I don't actually do because it's the next day. But that being said, let's just jump into it again. Okay guys, so how much should you be paying for different social media posts on different social media platforms? So first things first, I want to say that I would highly recommend you guys to look into advertising on many different social media platforms, and the reason I say that is because you can diversify the amount of platforms you're working with, which increases the amount of audience you can potentially reach, which just means you can reach more people, and get more customers. So you should really look into posting on different social media platforms. But before, of course, you do so, you need to know how much would you be actually paying or willing to pay for promoting on these social media platforms. So what I would highly recommend you guys to do and follow is just by looking at the data and analyze the data you're receiving to your store, and from that you can decide that, hey, I should pay this much for this amount of traffic, this amount of views on this platform. And yeah, so I'm going to show you guys how you can look at all these different stats. But first things first, and it looks like I haven't spelled decipher first, decipher here, so I don't need to know how to spell decipher to be successful. That's why we have Google auto suggests. Oh, stupid English. Anyway, so you have to look at the data. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to look at the data, analyze it to see how much you should be paying. So first things first, what you want to do is you want to get a Google Analytics account. Now for those of you who don't know what Google Analytics is, it's basically a platform that Google runs itself. It's built into Google, and you just insert this little bit of code on the Shopify, and there's a specific section inside the preferences under your online store where you insert this little bit of code, and basically Google Analytics will track all the traffic and all the conversions, and it'll monitor everything that's going on inside your store. Very similar to the Facebook pixel, but the specific use of this is to just give you data and more insights, which is not what the Facebook pixel does. But what you want to do is, let's say you don't have Google Analytics set up for your store right now, it's very easy to do. You just go to Google Analytics and you can easily set it up for your store. Well, what I want to do is, just for the time being, to show you guys so you all have access to the same resources as me. Just go to Google Analytics demo account, and when you type in Google Analytics demo account, I believe it's this one, and if you scroll somewhere to here, it says access demo account right now. So basically Google provide a free demo account on behalf of Google, and it's actually for their Google merchandise shop, and this is like public access, anyone can use it, you don't have to pay or anything, but they're basically reporting data on the Google merchandise store right now, so we have access to the back end of whatever, boom, this is basically their store where they sell Google stuff, YouTube stuff, and whatever. But what you want to do is you want to look at all this data, or you don't look at all this data immediately because it'll kind of blow you away at once. You don't know where to start, you don't know what to look at. As you can see here, you can actually see how much money Google is making from their store. They've done 1.6k today. Let's go custom. Let's go from, this is just from personal interest. Over the last, it's gonna load. Last 180 days, they've done 500,000 in sales over the last 180 days. That's not too bad. But anyway, So what you want to do is you want to go to something over here called acquisition, and then you want to go to campaigns. You click on all campaigns. Now what you want to do is you want to set up specific campaigns related to specific marketing mediums that you're planning to promote on. So I know this might sound like really gibberish to you because you guys aren't understanding what I'm talking about. But basically there's something called a Google UTM link. And what a Google UTM link is, it's basically a custom link which links directly to whatever product page you want to advertise on your store. And what this link will do is it will track whatever different marketing medium or social media platform that you are advertising on, and it'll track how many sales you get from that specific ad, or link clicks, or add to carts, or whatever it might be. So you can basically track anything with these UTM links. So what you want to do is you want to type in whatever product, the link to whatever product you're selling. So let's pull up an example, Playa store. So let's say if you're advertising something here, what you want to do for campaign source is just type in the social media platform that you're looking to advertise on. So let's say if we're doing a test on a new social media platform, which is the point of this video, basically whatever social media platform you want to post on. Let's say we're going to test a Twitter ads. You type in Twitter here, and you type in, is it going to be, are you doing paid traffic, are you doing shout out traffic, doing influencer ads? So I'll just type in influencer here, and then you can type in the product name for the campaign name. So let's just say jewelry. I can't even spell that. Or maybe I spelled it right. But anyway, what you want to do right now is you want to copy this link that has been generated over here. Now, as long as your Google Analytics account is linked to your Google UTM builder, which you can find loads of YouTube videos how to do that, you basically take this link and you run traffic to this specific link on whatever platform you are advertising on. So now anything that visits this link, which basically links you to the same site as it would do without this ending right here, any purchases that are made, any checkouts initiated, any add to carts made, it's basically all tracked by Google, and you can see the reporting for these stats, for these specific stats inside the campaign section in Google Analytics. So I'm going to quickly show you guys what I'm talking about by logging into my own Analytics account, and I'll be back in 1 second. Okay guys, so I quickly pulled inside my Google Analytics account, and I'm going to blur a few things out because I don't want you guys to see it. But as you can see over here, inside my all campaign section, I was actually testing Instagram stories for a specific new product. So what I did is I created this UTM link, just like I said for you guys to do there. So you basically type in a product, the link to whatever product you're selling, and then you fill in the rest of this information like I mentioned. But then what you want to do is, after you send traffic to the link, under all campaigns over here, you can see the exact results from whatever you have, the traffic you've sent to the link. So for example, this was through Instagram stories. You can see that I had 43% was the average stay for the visitors. I had a 1.22% conversion rate, which is quite bad on Instagram stories. I had 3 transactions from it, and the revenue, I don't think this is total, I think this is average order value, was $29.75. But yes, what this basically tells me is that I can identify, hey, if I made $29.75 per order from with a 1.22% conversion rate, I can basically figure out, hey, next time, so that's per how many visitors I get this amount of sales, and based on that amount of sales, I generate this amount of revenue, and that's how much profit I make from this amount of revenue. And from that revenue figure, you can say, hey, I'm spending this much for ads, spending this much from getting this much back in profit. I should be spending, let's say, if I'm making $20 in profit, I should only be spending $15 in ad in order to make this $20 in profit. So let me just make that example more clear. I'm gonna put the numbers out here, put up a doc. Okay, so I just finished up making an example, and let me just walk you guys through it step by step so you understand what I'm talking about, because I don't think my previous one would have made much sense to you guys. Basically, let's say if I'm testing a new product on Instagram story. Let's say I paid $60 for 100,000 views on the story. Let's say I get 1,000 visits from the 100,000 views, and from those 1,000 visits I convert 5 people into sales. And let's say I make $10 profit per sale, so per unit sold. So that just means I ended up making $50 profit because I had 5 sales, $10 per sale in profit, so $50. But after the marketing, which was $60, I ended up losing $10. So I lost $10. So this means the maximum. So based off the data, it's telling us the maximum I can pay for 100,000 views on the story is $50 to break even. Because here I paid $60 for 100,000 views, but I lost $10. So based off the math, you can tell that if I pay $50 for 100,000 views, I would have broken even. And anything under $50 for 100,000 views means that I am profitable. So let's say instead I paid $40 for 100,000 views. Now I would make $50 profit from the 5 sales, and I end up still making $10 after the marketing costs, because I only paid 40, and 50 minus 40 is 10, so I made 10. So if you break that down even more, you can see that if you pay anything less than 50 cents per 1,000 views, so I just divided both numbers by 100. If I pay anything less than 50 cents per 1,000 views on story, then I am profitable. So basically, based off the data, we can identify I can pay this much for this amount of views, or whatever metric you are paying by to these influencers. Same thing goes with Instagram feed. You can look at, hey, this person, you can base it off the likes. You can say, I paid $100 and they got 20,000 likes on their post. I got this many visits, this many sales. You break it down just like I did over here, do the math, and then you can find out, hey, I can pay this much maximum for this amount. So let me just try to show you guys another example. And again, of course, what you can do is improve your conversion rate so that you get better conversion than 1,000 visits and 5 sales, which is pretty bad. But on stories, they don't convert as well. And you can improve that amount of money you're making per item, but generally this is based off the data you played or did a test with. You can tell that that's the rate you should be working by. So let me show you guys another example. Let's say I paid $100 per 100,000 views on Instagram story or wherever it might be, and let's say I get 1,000 visits, same as last time, but I make 20 sales instead, so better conversion rate, and I made $15 per sale, so more higher margin as well. So that means 50 times 20, I make $300 profit from the items that I sold, and after the marketing I make $200 because I spent $100 on marketing. So this just tells us that anything less than $300 per 100,000 views on the story, I'm still profitable, because if I spend $300 for 100,000 views, I still make $300 back. So anything less than that $300 amount spent on stories, you will still be profitable. And if you break that down again, divide it both by 100. If you spend anything less than $3 per 1,000 views on your story, then you are profitable. So basically what I've done is I've taken the data and I've applied it practically, breaking it down, doing the math, and I've identified what am I willing to pay for this item. And this is probably something you should be doing for every single product that you're testing with influencers on different platforms, just to see the ballpark of what you should be paying. You don't want to be overpaying someone, you don't want to be underpaying. You do want to be underpaying someone. But yeah, so this applies for all the different platforms, and this is the base of what you should be. You should base the data is what you should be basing your pricing and structure around for different posts. So yeah, I hope you guys did understand the example. It's just meant to be analyzing the data. But let's just get back into the real thing here. So again, inside Google, you can create these campaigns and you can break down the numbers here. You can see conversion rate, the transaction, the revenue, and you can see all that data with the specific links there. Once once you've seen your conversion rate and you've figured out how much you're making in comparison to your spend, then you can accurately identify how much you're willing to spend per influencer post. Now, one thing about this is that it only tracks things that upfront sales, so it only tracks how much you're making as directly from the person who visits your store. So let's say they spend $30 average with you when they visit the store the first time. They don't track anything that happens afterwards, like the email marketing, the retargeting, and upsells, post purchase upsells. They don't track any of that. So you can add that data in if you want. And the way you do that is you basically look at your Shopify metrics and you can see how much you made per order. But that is a bit of work, and I'm not sure. Google isn't the best at tracking all these things, but you can work out how much you're willing to pay if you add all these metrics in as well, and you know your lifetime value for your customers. So yeah, you base all your negotiation and your potential deals around the numbers that you've gathered up on whatever platform it might be, and stay firm with them, because you don't want to say that this will be a one-off post and it'll be better than the other ones, because you really have to trust the data. Because if you think that, hey, maybe last time around we had 234 visitors that only had 3 sales, and the total revenue was $90, but next time round you think that, hey, I'm willing to pay more than $90 for it, then it probably won't work out, because you're just assuming that this time around it won't apply to the data, or the data is telling you that it won't work out. So you just have to follow the data. You can't think that, hey, this will be a one-off, hey, maybe make sure just try it, see what happens, because it most likely won't work. So that's why you just base your information, your facts around the data. As long as you do, then the data will stay strong, because you don't want to argue with facts. And yeah, one thing I would also say to you guys is not to be afraid to offend influencers. Obviously, they might have really high prices and you're going in really low because you're basing your prices off what your numbers are showing you. So if you are going in extremely low, then maybe it tells you that the product isn't that good, or maybe you should be testing a new product. But don't be afraid to offend influencers, because they won't exactly be offended. They have loads of messages that are coming in every day from people who want to buy shoutouts, and I'm pretty sure loads of them are getting offended with extremely low rates. As long as you're not like $10 for 1,000 views on the story low, then they probably won't get offended. So don't be afraid to offer them low prices, because most of them are willing to negotiate to whatever you want. But yeah, okay guys, I hope you did enjoy that, and let's jump into real person mode and I'll wrap this one up real quick. But yeah, any questions, I know you must have a ton from this, drop them down in the comment section down below, and I'll definitely help you out understanding this topic a little bit more if you want any help with that. So guys, again, I hope you did enjoy this video, and again, this is just how I would go about looking to how much to pay for different influencers on different platforms, or again, ads in general. And again, I do recommend you guys look into scaling into different social media platforms, different platforms that you could potentially advertise your products on. The reason I say that is because you can open up, you can reach a whole new audience on these different platforms. You might be limited to, let's say, 2 million people on Facebook with this specific interest, but let's say if you go to Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Reddit, Twitter, all these other different platforms, the 2 million audience can suddenly go to 4 million, 5 million, and that's just because you're expanding your reach, expanding your possibilities and options. So it is kind of a time-consuming task. Again, you have to learn the whole social media platform before you can get, really good at it and understand how ads really work. But following the rules and methods I taught you inside the video, I'm putting there because I moved the Mac to the side. But following the method I taught you in the video, then you'll be able to identify what you should be doing, how you should be doing it, and exactly that. So again guys, if you did enjoy, make sure to drop a like down below, click the like button so I know you're enjoying my content. Also click the subscribe button and subscribe to my channel, because again, you don't want to miss any of my awesome content. We're posting every single day now, and it's fire content. Also click the notification bell icon so that you're notified every time I drop another awesome video. So again guys, I hope you did enjoy, and I forgot, any questions, drop them down in the comment section down below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Follow me on Instagram at AlexPhilip_1, and I'll also reply to any of your DMs if you have any questions or any queries or anything like that. I really hope you did enjoy, and I appreciate your support for subscribing, for watching this video, and again, peace!